Hello, hello. Trying to get on my screen situated. So moving stuff around. There, I think I've got it. Yep. Hi, Alex. I'm trying to fit all my stuff onto one screen, so I think I got it all. All right. We are going to wait for a few minutes for people to come in. It starts at 8, but we usually give people about 5 or 10 minutes, somewhere around there, so people can hop on. While everybody hops on, I'm going to start raising some energy. Does everybody have their candle ready? If you don't have a candle, I'll give you some time to go get one. And if you don't have one at all, you can always just visualize a white, purple, or rose-colored pink candle for this ritual. We will be doing a healing circle, and I'll be calling in quarters, which will include my sacred space that I am going to be holding for everyone while we do these healing circles. So we will be in sacred space as soon as I call the quarters in. Just to give you a rundown of how this ritual will be, I will call in the quarters first. Oh no, where am I supposed to? There it is. Wait a minute. On the wrong page. Okay. On the wrong page. I'll be calling in the quarters. Then after that, we will light our candles and we will start our meditation, because I will take you into a short, deep meditation, and we will be concentrating on going in deeper into our meditation through drumming. And after that, we will start our healing blessing for peace and love. And then after we do that, hey Alex, after we do that, we will release the quarters. Then we will open it up for questions and answers. Hello, Karen. Question and answers, and time for us to decompress. So that's what we are looking at. We had about 20 people to show up, but...
Well, I'm only here for 10 minutes, and then I have to turn it off while I go back to work.
Oh, no.
Work a campaign, but there you go.
There you go. Well, it's going to be available on a replay, too. And so I will hold you in space, on our sacred space, while you're gone. So don't worry about that. Make sure you light your candle if you can while you're gone. I don't know if you have to just jump off or if you're actually leaving. But yeah, I'll hold you in sacred space if you need to leave.
All right, let me just grab a candle here. I have enough of them.
You're like me. Okay.
Well, you know, we don't want them to go out fast.
No, we need the big ones. But yeah, we're gonna leave those lit for as long as you want to. I usually let mine burn out. I usually use a chime candle, but you know, we're always going to be conscious and be careful with our candles. So just leave them lit as long as you feel comfortable doing that. The energy will still be there. I have loaded and healing incense burning for us. I've already saged the area and cleansed it. Good to go.
Oh, I made my own Florida water with all kinds of protection and clearing herbs in it.
Good.
So I have the master batches in the fridge.
Yeah.
So.
That's what I do. I make mine and then I just keep, you know, cutting it and replenishing, cutting it. So yeah, I love it.
Well, I use moon water as a base and alcohol. So, yep. And then just let things sit for a really long time.
Yep, that's awesome. I've made what was it, Four Thieves vinegar one time, and I had that sit for like 2 years, and it's powerful.
And this has got juniper. Like I harvested my own juniper and red cedar and rosemary and calendula and cinnamon. What the heck? I don't know. Like there's a ton of stuff in here. And then I let it sit outside for a month through all phases of the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And then strained it. And this is like I take this much of the master formula and the rest is water, and it still smells like cinnamon when you know, so it smells really nice.
Yeah.
But I use it in galleries. Like if I'm going to do a bunch of gallery readings,
mm-hmm.
and I have a big group, I'll use, let me see, I'll use this.
And yeah, I need to get a smaller singing bowl.
Yeah, I've got this and I've got some chimes that I use, but this is a nice one.
Yeah.
And it works with a group of people to just kind of pull everybody like here.
Yeah.
And with that. So it kind of clears it out. I don't know, it seems to work.
I like it. I like it that it's compact too. So you can take it anywhere with you.
Well, you know, because usually I only just take one deck with me. And because I don't do if I'm doing a gallery, I just want one deck in my hand so I can pull cards as I need to.
Yeah.
Right? And here's my son. And then so I use like it's the Aquarian deck.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes it's mediumship work and sometimes it's psychic work, and you know, I never know. Just like whatever's happening.
Totally. Okay. So let me try to put everybody on. I don't even know.
Your new order, it'll be picked up and I'll bring it to you when it gets home. They didn't fit. If you find a 39 or maybe a 40, she might fit those if you have any boots in that size.
Okay. All right.
So there you go.
Okay, when are you guys leaving for Vancouver? Sorry, my son just walked in and went, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were meeting.
Okay.
Hi.
These are
I'm leaving to Vancouver this weekend, so.
Susie's in Texas.
Yeah, Austin.
Actually, well, that's quite a ways away. I was just wondering if, because like most of the fucking pardon my language, most of the Airbnbs are crazy. Like,
I was trying. Okay. So we're going to wait for other people to come in. I tried to mute everybody, but I'm not sure if I can mute everybody. There you go. If we can mute everybody while it comes in, pause running back. I am not sure. Okay. Right now, everybody needs to take a couple deep breaths for me, and we're going to start the healing circle. And I'm going to call in the quarters, and like I said, I have already cleansed the area, so we are good with that. Okay? Take a couple deep breaths. Put your feet firmly on the ground if you can. Connect with Mother Nature. Sorry. Inhale. Then exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, let me call on the quarter so we can start sharing sacred space. Greetings, Kim. All hail to the watchtowers of north, south, east, and west. The element of earth, air, fire, water. We call on you to guard and protect our healing circle tonight. Hail and welcome. Our circle is now cast and it is now sacred. So I want everybody to gather or collect their candles, and we're going to start lighting our candles as a whole so we can hold space with everybody. I have a white candle. Hope you can see that. On a lotus flower, so it just stands for healing. A white flower, purple flower, rose flower, green flower for your heart chakra. I'm sorry, candle for your heart chakra would do. And I'll give you a few minutes so everybody light their candle before I start the meditation. Okay. Is everybody ready? Have their candle? I'm going to play some drumming music. So everybody close their eyes, take a couple deep breaths, and I am going to walk you through the meditation. And I want you to pay attention and listen to, if I can play this right. Can everybody hear that okay? The drumming of the music. I want you to connect with the drumming of the drums, the deep thump, the deep meditation. Listen to my voice and concentrate on the drumming as it brings you deeper into meditation. As we are together praying for peace and healing, let us be truly with each other. Let us pay attention to our breathing. In and out. In and out. Let us be relaxed in our bodies and in our minds. Let us return to ourselves and become wholly ourselves. Let us maintain a half smile on our faces. Let us be aware of the source of being common to us all and to all living beings. Invoking the presence of the great compassion, let us fill our hearts with our own compassion. Compassion towards ourselves and towards all living things. Let us pray that all living beings realize that they are all brothers and sisters, that they are all connected, all nourished from the same source of life. Let us pray that we ourselves cease to be the cause of suffering to each other. Let us plead with ourselves to live in a way in which we will not deprive others of air, water, food, shelter, or the chance to live. With humility, with awareness of the existence of life and of the sufferings that are going on around us, let us pray for the establishment of peace in our hearts and on earth. And I'm going to sit in silence for a few minutes so you can meditate a little bit further, and I will bring you out. Be mindful of your breath, in and out. Be mindful of your feet, that they are firmly planted on the ground. Become one with the sound of the drumming. Connect with Mother Earth. Listen to her pleas that she is trying to tell us. Listen to her cries that she is weeping for us to hear. Connect with Mother Earth and listen to her grief and how she grieves for her children. And she grieves that we are not connected to her the way that she wants us to be connected to. Let her speak to you. Let her guide you. Let her take you into her emotions and surround you with warmth and compassion and love and healing. Ask her to open up your heart and your eyes to what is happening around you and how she can help you help her heal through others. Okay. I'm going to slowly bring you back into your body, and we will start the healing ritual. Start wiggling your toes. Start wiggling your fingers. And you will see Mother Earth slowly fading away in the distance as you return to your body. You remember all of the messages she has told you. You will bring all of the messages back with you. You will always remember the connection with her. And when you are ready to bring your body back to this plane, Open up your eyes and take a couple deep breaths before we start the healing ritual. Okay. I will now turn down the music as we start our healing prayer. I want to call in the goddess Kuan Lin to join us during our healing prayer. She is the goddess of compassion and of love and healing and understanding. And after our healing prayer and after we close the circle, we will have a time for discussion, a time to connect with each other, a time to share if we need to. Okay? Take a couple deep breaths. Everybody's candle should be lit. And as I call in the energy of the goddess Kuan Yin, and I will show you a picture of Kuan Yin. She usually is on the lotus flower, but this deck is a little bit different. We call her energy for healing, compassion, and love for mankind, Mother Earth, and understanding, which is what a lot of us are having problems with. I want you to close your eyes, be comfortable, and just sit and listen to my voice as we say the healing prayer for mankind, Mother Earth, our brothers and sisters, our leaders who are not hearing us. As we connect under this healing prayer as a whole, we send this energy up to the universe and to Spirit and to Mother Earth that they may hear us and that we may heal them. And we will begin. Everybody close their eyes, take a couple deep breaths. Listen to my voice. Let there be peace, welfare, and righteousness in every part of the world. Let confidence and friendship prevail for the good of East and West, for the good of the needy South, for the good of all humanity. Let the people inspire their leaders, helping them to seek peace by peaceful means, helping them, urging them to build a better world, a world with a home for everybody, a world with food and work for everybody, a world with spiritual freedom for everybody. Let those who have the power of money be motivated by selfless compassion. Let money become a tool for the good of humankind. Let those who have the power deal respectfully with the resources of the planet and Mother Earth and Sky Father. Let them respect and maintain the purity of the air, water, land, and subsoil. Let them cooperate to restore the ecological soundness of our Mother Earth. Let trees grow by the millions around the world. Let green life invade the deserts. Let industry serve humanity. Sorry, and produce water that serves in nature. Sorry. Let technology respect the holiness of the Mother Earth. Let those who control the mass media contribute to create mutual understanding, contribute to create optimism and confidence. Let ordinary people like you and me meet by the millions across the borders. Let them create a universal network of love and friendship. Let billions of human beings cooperate to create a good future for their children and our grandchildren. Let us survive in peace and harmony with Mother Earth. And I will let you all speak to Mother Earth and do your own prayer and your own healing. And just sit for a little bit in silence. Now is the time for you to speak to Mother Earth and to speak to the universe and heal her. Tell her what you want to know. Tell the universe that we are listening and that we are here for them. That we come together as a whole unit, not divided. Please send messages to Mother Earth in your own way, worshiping your own deities if you worship deities, or non-deities, however you worship, however you connect with Mother Earth. Connect with her. Tell her that we are grieving with her, that we are trying to make changes, that we see her crying. We feel her earthquakes when her heart breaks. We feel the rain as she cries. We feel the floods that she produces. We feel the anguish that she feels that her people are suffering because of the people that have power. We know that she is unbalanced. We know that we are taking more from her than we are giving to her. We know that we are taking advantage of her. We are depleting her resources without giving back, without honoring her. And we are feeling the effects of this. couple more deep breaths. Then I will close the circle. By the power of 3, so mote it be. The healing energy is now sent to Mother Earth and the universe for them to hear. And I will now close the circle. Please keep your candles lit though. And I will release the quarters. All hail to the watchtowers of north, south, east, and west. The element of earth, air, fire, and water. We thank you for guarding and protecting our sacred healing circle. Stay if you will, go if you must. Hail and farewell. We thank you, Kuan Lin, goddess of healing, light, love, and compassion. We thank you for being here with us during this healing ritual. Please stay with us in our hearts. Hail and farewell. The circle is now closed. Please keep your candles lit as long as you feel necessary. If you want to continue meditating on your I'm stuck on these flowers, on your candle, please feel free to do so. I suggest writing things down that you want to bring into your life, more compassion, more love, more understanding. Meditate with that a little bit. Put that under your candle, put that near your candle, and start meditating on that. I wanted to talk about a little bit of what is going on and why I felt that I wanted to bring a healing into the circle, especially the light of what is happening around the world with the mass shootings, the earthquakes, the floods. I don't want to turn this into a political thing because that is the reason why they want us to divide and conquer. I want us to come together as light workers so we can heal. I am hoping that the tragedies of what has been going on will awaken some light workers that have been hiding in the closet, who have been afraid to share their gifts with the world. It is now time for us to come together as a whole. I don't care if you're Democratic, you're Republican, whatever Republicans are, whatever you are, male, female. It is time for us to come together and to start healing Mother Earth and ourselves as mankind. We cannot listen to what is going on into the mass media as far as them trying to divide us, because that's exactly what they want us to do. It is now for us to start activism, start getting our face out there, start marching, start living the life that we want, start connecting with people, start making things happen. The earth is sending us so many messages that we have got to make this happen. And it saddens me because it has gotten way out of control. We are not connected to each other anymore. We forget the ripple effect that we have on everybody that we come in contact with. Whether you're positive energy or negative energy, it is a ripple effect. how you come into contact with people affects everybody that is surrounding you. And that is why we are not coming together as a whole, is because there's a disconnect between our souls and their energies and our energies. People aren't getting out like they used to. They're not meeting their neighbors. They are not connecting with people. And they are afraid of the unknown. And the reason why they're afraid of the unknown is because we have gotten away from being a collective whole being. And it is time for us to start healing the world and coming together as a whole. So that is why I wanted to do a healing for Mother Earth, because I believe that she is the reason why we are going through this right now. She is trying to bring us together. She is trying her best to show us that she is in desperate need for us to heal her, but her children to come together. And she is screaming and she is trying to get us to come together, but she is doing it in destructive ways. And that's the only way she can do it, because we are not listening to her. So she is trying to right the universe. Like I said, she is not balanced because we are just depleting her resources. I want you to put your ego aside. I don't want you to live in ego energy anymore. I want you to connect with people. Connect with your neighbor. If you have never spoken to your neighbor, you go make some cookies and offer them cookies. Set up a table in the middle of your yard and start barbecuing and asking people to come over. Start conversations. Start doing an open table. There's so many other different community relationships that you can start having with people that you don't know, and opening up their eyes up and starting relationships, deep connections with people, because that is why we are not making changes. We are not connecting with people. All we see is people on the TV screen. We don't see the hurt. We don't see what is going on because we can easily turn it off. We are disconnected. And it's time for us to make a change as healers and to use our gifts and to come together. So that is what I wanted to say, and that is why I felt called to do this healing circle for the universe and for Mother Earth and for healers and for the people and the victims. And this senseless stuff has got to stop. I don't care if you're what rules or laws or gun control, for gun control, whatever it is, it's got to stop, because it is totally dividing this whole nation and this country, and we have got to come together and make some real deep changes. So I'm going to open it up to anybody who has any questions or any statements or anything they would like to share. There's a chat box if you don't feel like talking. Let me see. So I'm opening the floor up now to any questions. And I want to pull a card from the Earth Magic Oracle card so we can talk about the energy surrounding the Oracle card. If anybody wants to share about what they saw or what they felt in the meditation, feel free. This is a judgment-free zone. We are here to heal you, to help you through anything that comes through, to uplift you in spirit. Thank you, Kim. Let's see. Okay, we got desert vision quest. And this is kind of like what we just did. I hate that glare on my thing. This is us getting away from our ego, us going on what I call a walkabout, us going out into nature, getting away from social media, getting away from the television, and connecting with spirit. This means getting out in nature, going to the desert, going to the water, to the ocean, to the rivers, hugging a tree, sitting down in the grass, grounding, listening to Mother Earth, listening to her wind and the voice that she carries in that wind. This is the time for you to start connecting and getting answers from her. Because she is trying to talk to us, but we can't do it unless we quiet the noise around us. Unless we sit down and actually invite her in and rest our mind and close the hearing, the noise, the chatter, the stuff that distracts us from the day-to-day connection. So I suggest that you take some time out, go out in nature, spend some time with Mother Nature, and see what she has to tell you. Write down, you're doing a vision quest or you're doing some meditation, write down what she comes to you, how she comes to you, what vision she's showing you, what messages she is showing you. I invite you to spend some time with your mother. I know that's hard. Spend some time with Mother Earth. She is trying to talk to us, especially now with everything that's going on. So I'm going to unmute people that I muted. So does anybody have any questions or want to share anything before I go? Let's see, this is from Alex. I have always done my community readings from the perspective that as light workers, there is a component of activism. I really believe that the way to stop the carnage is to control the guns. Call me crazy. Well, this is an open forum for everybody to share, and this is why I wanted to do the healing, and I want you guys to get out into the community. It is because I want you to connect with people who are a little bit different than you, who don't think the same way that you do. I want you to have a respectful, open dialogue with people, because when you connect with someone on a deeper level, on a humanitarian level, you become one energy, okay? They're not so quick to say, oh, well, yeah, put up a border, when their best friend is undocumented. When, you have a relationship with someone who, affects them, these laws and these, political views that everybody is so hyped up on. We get distracted from the reality and the core of what is going on, whether you believe in gun control or not. Something has got to change in this country, and it is because we have no compassion for what is going on for these people. It's because we don't, and I hate to say it, but, I'm always controversial, and I always say it, it's just the 1% will never realize what middle-class people do, what the poor do, how they struggle. And I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. It just goes back to me saying that we are totally disconnected as human beings. They will never know the struggle we go through. They don't know how to live paycheck to paycheck. They don't know what it's like to live in another country that is a third world country. They have no idea what it's like for normal people to struggle. They don't have that reality. And that is why it's hard for me as a female to trust, politicians, especially male politicians, because they have no idea what it's like to be a female and live in a female energy with a dominant male type of world. They will never know. And that is why I promote female empowerment. That is why I have my Goddess Academy. That is why I do activism. That is why I, connect with, transgender rights, gay rights. That's why I promote huge on civil rights, rights for people in general across the board. So it is important for us that we start activism. As light workers, it is our responsibility that we connect these people, that we sit down over a cup of coffee and have a respectful conversation with people and forge friendships. Because once you connect with someone, it's hard for them to say, yeah, they don't have any rights. It's easy for them to say that when they're not connected. So activism is huge. If you don't have activism groups that you're interested in your area, start one. And here's some resources for you to look for, and some sites that you can go on and look for groups. Facebook groups are a wonderful place to go and search. Meetup.com is another place to go and search for groups. Sorry, my throat. There's another one. Google, of course, depending on what is near and dear to your heart activism-wise. Look up local chapters. Start a local chapter. Start food drives. Start funds, for at work. Start drives for Puerto Rico at work. Start collecting things. And here's the thing about that. I know that we want to do Red Cross. We want to do, the big United Way, the big ones. Look for the smaller humanitarian groups that are giving. Because, and do your research when you give to these groups. Make sure you're comfortable with giving to these people, and make sure that they are on the up and up. Because there's a lot of corruption going on. And we want you to do and make the most of what you do and the energy that you do. So if you're into activism, I strongly suggest that you start at home. You start in your smallest community. You start scheduling events on Facebook and, putting together a call out to, hey, are these like-minded people that want to get together and talk, and start making things happen. And you can always, if you don't have space for people to meet, community rooms are good. Libraries usually have rooms that you can rent out or use. Look for free resources. I know that churches usually sometimes have rooms that you can use. Utilize the free resources in your community to get these people together, because it is now. Now is the time for us as light workers to rise up. And nobody is going to do it but us, because we are the ones who are connected most to Mother Earth, to Spirit. We are the ones who are mostly affected by it. I watched, I think, probably the first day of what happened in Las Vegas, and I couldn't watch it anymore. I don't really normally watch the news because of what happens, and I'm too sensitive. So it's hard for me to sit there and watch what's going on without being highly affected. And that is the reason why I don't watch a lot of news. Some people are more grounded, but with respect to that, the higher you connect to Spirit and the more open you are to working with energy, the more sensitive you will become. So it's a process. The lower energy that you work on, you're more grounded and you're not as affected. But the more that you raise your vibration, the more affected you're going to be by the energy and the negative energy that's happening. So I urge you to connect, make a group, start healing each other, start connecting with light energies, start, activism groups, start in your community at home and getting these, your gifts out. We are all light workers. Now is the time for us to do something. We can't sit behind the scenes anymore. We can't. We've got to be heard by the masses, and we have got to make community. And a lot of times nobody knows where to go, where to start. They want to be in a group, they want to make change, but they have no idea. So you guys need to be that beacon of light that they come to, that resource, that person that they reach out to when they're having questions, when they're having a hard time, when they don't know where to go, when they're having a hard time processing things. You have to be strong for them, and you have to be, like I said, that beacon of light and that healing source for them, because we are all in dire need of healing and connecting. What else? The way to talk, the carnage is a Kroger, carnage. And I'm Canadian, so I have a little different take on it. And you live in Texas, and there are some strong women there. Ann Richards was from Texas, strong human rights activist looking for resources. Yeah, I am thankful and I am lucky that I live in Austin, which is the capital of Texas. We have activism every single hour on the hill. Whatever you're into, whatever is near and dear to your heart, they have a group. They're always marching. They are always protesting. They always have signs. They're always asking for more numbers. But I am lucky because Austin is very much a liberal city. Now, if you go out of Austin, not so much. It is strictly, Texas. So I moved from Austin, from Huntsville. So I know what it's like to be in a depressed type of environment. When you feel like you're the only one out there, when you feel like you are spinning your wheels, no one is listening to you, no one is communicating, no one is coming together, no one is screaming louder than you. I know what it's like to come from a depressed, conservative state where nobody sees the inhumanity that these lawmakers are making these laws against these humans. It's a struggle. That is why we have got to rise up as healers and make this a healing circle, a safe circle for people to come to. Because right now we are grieving as a whole. We don't know how to process what's going on. We don't know what's going on. Well, they don't know. Light workers, we know exactly what's going on. They can't process it. They don't know what's happening. They're listening to these politicians and thinking that the politicians are going to help them or, drain the swamp or whatever. And they have no idea that it's bullshit. Bullshit. They do not care. They don't, and I'm not saying anything bad. It's just they don't have that sense of reality about them. It's because how they were brought up, they were privileged, blah, 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 blah. They don't know. They just don't know. So it's up to us to connect with people. So anybody else want to share anything before I let you go? We've been on about an hour, and this will be available for replay. So I will put that up as soon as it downloads. I am always here for you. If you guys have any questions, please send me a message. I can help you with getting things started. I can help you with a female empowerment group, a goddess group, a transgender, gay, lesbian, civil rights, whatever you want to do, or as a whole group. I have so many resources that I can tell you where to go to. I will be happy to help you get started. I don't care if it's one meeting a month at a library or a community room or your, apartment complex common room. It's time for you to start make that coffee. It's time for you to start making that tea, making those cookies, and start getting these people in the round table and start discussions on how you're going to make changes. And I will be here for you to help you through that. Connect with people. You're welcome. And I think that's it. If nobody has anything else to share, I'm going to let you go. And like I said, leave your candle burning because we still have energy that we are sending up to Mother Nature and to the universe and to the leaders. And we are sending that energy up so they hear us and change their mind. Kuan Yin energy is still here with us. So please leave your candle burning as long as you can. Meditate on that if you need to. And like I said, I am always here for you if you have any questions. And that is it. I think I'm going to go drink some tea and just decompress. Sorry, I cried in the middle of this. I knew it was going to trigger some stuff. So, like I said, I am here, and thank you for sharing sacred space with me. And I send you out to the world to make beautiful changes, wonderful changes, and let your light shine bright like a beacon. All right, that's it for now. Thank you, everyone. Bye.